The #1 movie on Netflix is Hitman. Have any of you watched it?
I think I watched the trailer.
Okay. It stars Glen Powell.
I've not seen this.
It's directed by Richard Linklater, who has done such a variety of movies: Dazed and Confused, School of Rock, Boyhood, the Before After Sunrise Sunset series. This movie is getting a lot of buzz because they are saying it is shooting Glen Powell into superstar actor territory, leading man territory, and it's been building.
The Sydney Sweeney movie didn't do it?
The Sydney Sweeney movie was like one step. He's in Twisters later this summer. He was in Top Gun Maverick. Like, it's all been kind of pushing towards this moment, and now he stars in this Netflix movie that actually is getting pretty good ratings, both critical ratings and viewer ratings. I've also heard it's dumb, so it just depends.
Can I get
who you
odds
are.
on him being People Magazine's sexiest
Sexiest
man alive?
I think those would be good odds to take.
Yeah,
but
right.
He's all of a sudden, he's everywhere. Like,
He's
he's
a handsome
on
guy. I
podcasts,
mean, I gotta
he's
give it
on
to
late
him.
night shows.
Does
He's
look
really
like
doing the
the-
marketing push, and it feels like we're not going to be able to avoid Glen Powell.
Glen Powell.
At all. He was on a podcast with this TikToker where he shared a story about his sister's friend who was dating a guy who gave her a massage and it felt weird, so she left, and then she started to itch, so she went to the doctor, and the doctor told her that he had used like a lotion that was on the black market, used for breaking down skin for human consumption. And I was like, I swear I've heard that story before. And turns out it's a fake story that's been going around the world forever and ever. And it's not real. And there's a whole Snopes page dedicated to it. So Glen Powell had to admit that it was just a friend of a friend and it wasn't anything.
Yeah,
but that's where I first saw him, and I was like,
definitely
why is Glen Powell everywhere? And why is he talking about cannibalism?
Wow.
And
He's on Men's Health Magazine.
He needs to keep his
He's
mouth
on
shut
Men's
and
Health?
just
Men's
be...
Health Magazine. He's on
There
the
you
cover,
go.
yeah, bro.
Just
It's
shut
happening.
your mouth
He's
and be
everywhere.
handsome.
Just be hot,
Well,
Glen.
sometimes you got to talk about cannibalism.
You know, it's a
Sometimes
warning
you
for
guys-
everybody.
Wait,
I didn't know this black market lotion existed.
he looks like a.
I thought the trailer looked good for that movie.
I'm actually, like, I know remakes of things are, I'm kind of excited to see the Twisters movie in theaters this summer. I don't really care, but it's kind of pulling me in. And maybe it's him. I don't know.
Is
Maybe
it so-
it's Glen Powell.
Is it an update of that old Twister movie?
It's a
Okay.
new one.
Yeah,
Like, it's a
no,
new
it's a new
story.
one.
It's still about the tornado?
Twisters.
Twisters, there's two.
Twisters.
It's more than one tornado.
Well, someone
Yeah.
would assume because the poster for it has them in front of the Twister running, and
Yeah.
they're like, the Twister, it's
I
it's
read an
behind
article.
you.
You know what?
So maybe the other Twister's
Yeah.
in front
I
of
read
it.
an article this morning about Gladiator 2 is coming out later this year.
Yeah.
That's happening. Yeah, that's
That is
happening
happening.
too. So this
Twisters.
Glen Powell guy, is there been a lead up to this guy? Like, he's been in stuff that was kind of
I was
popular.
just trying to make him an industry plant.
He
No,
is.
I'm not.
Industry
He
plant.
is four
No, I'm
bats.
not. But the first
He's
thing you
four
said
bats.
to me-
I just think when he
He's
showed
Bobby
up,
Altoff.
But no. But when you said I remember, this kind of is Chris Pratt. Like, Chris Pratt all of a sudden popped up in the Marvels movies, popped up in Jurassic World.
Chris
just
Pratt
like,
was in The
and
Office,
now he's
dumbass.
the voice of everything.
He was on The Office. What the
Yeah.
hell's wrong with you? Yeah, but like
None
that,
of us watch The Office. How do you know that?
But that was like the
you
that's,
got it.
that's,
Y'all got
that's
it.
the Steve Carell show. Nobody thinks of Chris Pratt with The Office. They think of Steve
But
Carell.
he was famous.
Yeah.
Like, how famous?
That was like the biggest comedy on
I
television.
don't know. I've watched a couple
And
episodes of
he
The
was
Office. I
pretty
didn't find it
big-
that funny.
didn't he have a big
Same,
part?
Rosa.
Yeah.
Or was it Parks and
Yeah.
Rec? Parks
It's
and
Parks
Rec.
and Rec.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
that's
It
not
was
The
Parks and Rec.
Office.
Same
Okay,
thing.
that's not.
I'm sorry. I said The Office. It's Parks and Rec.
That's not.
Good try.
Yeah. By the way, you were pretty firm on that too. He was in The Office.
Parks and Rec, The
wasn't.
Office, same
It's the
deal.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
No
had like
brothers
small
watched either of
roles
them.
in a lot of
His
things.
brothers definitely got in common.
I
Black
don't
folks
know.
ain't
Next
watching.
next thing you know, Chris Pratt's married to the Schwarzenegger girl.
Yeah. So Glen Powell was in The Dark Knight Rises.
That's
was.
huge.
Traitor number one.
Oh, God. Shut up.
The first time I recognized him was in Top Gun Maverick. I was like, "Ooh, who's this cute guy in
he was in
Aviators?"
that. He
There
was
he is.
in Ride Along.
That's what gets you, the
too.
aviators.
Aviators are good.
Top
Oh, he was
Gun.
in Hidden Figures too.
Dude, Top Gun Maverick was awesome.
Yeah. Well, that was our welcome back. Tom Cruise saved movies.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Aviators
He
made a
told
comeback.
us. Welcome back.
The Chris Vernon Show, presented by Caesars Sportsbook, live weekdays at noon